Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of Ultimate Kickboxing's triple head 5x2 super welterweight division. Fight 8 on our program. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome on my right, occupying the blue corner with Master Dana Goodson, assisting one of his pupils, Ron the Bomb Palm. This young man was born in Belgium, part of Europe, now based in Mount Lawley, Western Australia, getting 69.10 kilograms. Wearing blue trunks with red and white writing, Muay Thai trunks. He's engaged in 13 bouts, making his debut in Melbourne City. Would you welcome Oliver Olsen. Oliver Olsen in the blue corner. Across the ring with Claudio Vivet, joining us and the Jamal Hassan Academy. This young man is being dubbed by the Blitz International Kickboxing Magazine as the Eye of the Turkish Tiger. Last year, in June, he captured the World Super Welterweight Championship against Julian Howe from England at Melbourne's Festival Hall. He brings in a centering record of 70 bouts, only 5 losses, with 4 big wins coming by way of knockout. Getting 68 kilograms, would you welcome world champion and a holder of 5 Commonwealth, South Pacific, Australian and Victorian championships. Would you welcome Baris Nezif? Wearing the familiar colours of red and white, bright turquoise. World champ Baris against Western Australia's Oliver Olsen.
Gentlemen, you're both aware of the rules you're fighting under. Do you have any questions? Okay, listen to my commands at all times. When I tell you stop, stop. All right, this is your first and last warning. Touch gloves now in the last round. Good luck.
Five rounds will, and our sponsor for this triple header, our first in that series. Round 1.
We're underway in the first round of action between world champion Baris Nezif out of the red corner and WA's Oliver Olsen out of the blue corner. This one's scheduled 5 by 2 minute rounds, no knees in it. USA rules. Nezif backing Olsen into the red corner early, trying to barrel him with some fists. Oliver Olsen without one of his main weapons here tonight, which are his knees. Predominantly a knee fighter over in WA. And will be up for one of the biggest challenges of his life here against Baris Nezif tonight. Olsen came over the top with the left hand. Front kick there by Baris, didn't quite find the mark. Baris lining up that high right round kick that he's so renowned for. It's a weapon he used to capture his world title last year against Julian Howe from England, who he put through the ropes at Melbourne's Festival Hall. And he'll be hoping that he can do the same here to Oliver Olsen tonight. Smacks the big right hand to the body, whips up that high right round kick to the head. Luckily for Oliver Olsen, his hands are up and his head was guarded against it.
Well, Michael, have taken Oliver Olsen's main weapons away tonight, which is, of course, the Thai style of fighting. His knees are his asset, and this will be new territory for him, fighting with leg kicks only. So I'll be interesting to see how Oliver equips himself as the rounds progress. But Baris Nezif, we've seen some nice high round kicks coming from him already, and he can really take your head off with one of those roundhouse kicks of his.
Baris Nezif, certainly one of the most underestimated kickboxers in Australia, and one of our more unsung world champions. The end of the first round of action. A good sharp round technically from Baris Nezif.
My word, explosive first round.
Good even first round. You should expect Oliver to start a little slow because most of his fights, of course, as I said, are under Thai rules, so he'll be starting somewhat slower than what we're used to seeing. But having a look at the statistics, I see it's fairly even. The only real discrepancy is in the high kicks, where we see Baris Nezif throwing 8 as opposed to Oliver Olsen only throwing 3. And when we say high kicks, we mean front kicks above the waist, obviously. So at this rate, it's started fairly evenly, and we look forward to seeing this fight progress.
Underway in the second round of action, Nezif against Olsen. It was Nezif going to work in the first round, those vicious high kicks, all 8 of them in total above the waist. And there's another one off the right leg from the world champ. Clubs Oliver Olsen in the neutral corner, right in front of our commentary position. That one there saw the sweat fly off the brow of Oliver Olsen. Nezif goes downstairs, chopping away to that lead thigh. Olsen certainly has his work cut out for him here tonight. Third man in centering, referee Bryce Birtwhistle. We always talk about Baris's kicking combinations, but he's got quite a sharp pair of hands on him as well. Trained in all facets, of course, by former Blitz Hall of Fame Trainer of the Year, Jamal Hassan. We could hear the cracking against the ribs, and there's another round kick by Baris Nezif, and a red welt appearing on the left ribs of Oliver Olsen. Baris certainly finding the target so far with those round kicks, Mark.
Well, Baris is spot on with his timing here tonight. He's getting those round kicks just between the hip and up under the arm there. He's getting it right on the ribs. His timing's impeccable. But Baris Nezif, probably one of the most underrated fighters in the country at this time, I'd say. Not a lot heard about him. He's always been semi-mains to most of the top-line fighters, but you can't underestimate the power and the technical ability of this man. He's a credit truly to his trainer, Jamal Hassan.
Baris Nezif, as usual, looking technically very good. 15 seconds to go in this round. The second we're scheduled for 5. Nezif lining up the clumping right round kick again, forces Oliver Olsen into the blue corner. The end of the second round.
Action class.
A good end to that round there by Baris Nezif.
Oliver Olsen.
Interesting. How did you?
Well, certainly Oliver taking a bit more of a beating in the second round. But definitely Baris Nezif he's got his work cut out for him, and Oliver Olsen will know he's been in a fight by the end of this round. Having a look at the statistics once again, we see that they're all in all fairly even. No big discrepancies showing out, with Baris Nezif, of course, taking a lead once again with those high kicks, throwing 9 good high kicks in that round as opposed to only 7 from Oliver. We have a look at the punching, and they're fairly even with 8 and 7 apiece, respectively. And the below the waist leg kicks, I would have expected Oliver to throw a lot more, but he's only thrown 4 connecting leg kicks, and only 2 connecting leg kicks coming from Baris Nezif. So this fight is not turning out the way many would have expected, but nevertheless, we get underway in the third, and we'll see what progresses.
Let's rock and roll in the third round of action. Oliver Olsen going downstairs, a chopping leg kick, and then lines one up high on Baris Nezif. Baris retaliates. A couple of clubbing right hands followed by a round kick of his own. Baris just sticks out the front kick off the right leg. Looking very focused tonight here, the world champion. Inside leg kick by Oliver. Baris just trying to line him up with the right hand, connects a clubbing left hook that'll make Oliver Olsen wish he was someplace else, and they tie up against the ropes yet again. Those left hooks will take the starch right out of Oliver Olsen. You can bet on it. There's a high right round kick to the head again by Baris Nezif, the wonder kicker from the Jamal Hassan stable. Olsen weathering the storm, but he cops a right hand to the side of the head. It was only a slip though, says referee Bryce Birtwhistle. Looked like a good shot by Nezif. And he's certainly applying the pressure in this round. Spinning back kick there by the world champion. 40 seconds to go in this round of action. Oliver going downstairs. Baris doing a good job of checking the kicks. Backs the champ into the neutral corner. Baris turns him around. Whips up that wicked right round kick again. It came close, but no cigar.
Well, Baris has checked a lot of those thundering leg kicks from Olsen, and it'll be interesting to see what sort of a toll it takes on his right shin. because he's picking him off quite well, is Nezif, but it's still going to take its toll. And you can always check, but sometimes it's not bad to tense into a leg kick and just take it and work in close on the gap on your opponent.
End of the third round of action between world champion Baris Nezif and WA's Oliver Olsen. Another good strong round there for Baris Nezif, working those higher round kicks and trying to line up the head of Oliver Olsen with his clubbing left hook and straight right hand.
One out of 200 people involved.
As I look at the statistics sheet here, Michael, I see that Baris Nezif has actually picked up the pace a little. He's thrown 5 good high kicks, connecting. When we say connecting, they can connect on the arm or they can connect on the gloves. The thing is, what we're trying to get across is the work rate of the fighter. So there's 5 good high kicks from Nezif, only 1 from Olsen, and 2 and 3 respectively, but Nezif and Olsen below waist kicks. We have a look at the punches, and we see Baris Nezif throwing 9 good punches, as opposed to only 7 from Olsen. So Nezif slowly pegging his way forward, and really making Olsen buckle under the pressure of the continual barrage of kicks and punches.
Let's rumble in the fourth round of action. That time it's Oliver Olsen lining up with a high right round kick and another one. They're trading round kicks in centre ring at the moment. Olsen showing that he's not afraid to go high. He can play this game too, the man from WA. He's come across the nulla ball for this one and he's here for a fight. Goes downstairs to the lead thigh of Baris. Nezif checks the second one. Olsen going downstairs again. A better start to this round from Oliver Olsen so far, Mark.
Well, certainly Oliver's leading up with a jab and then thundering through with a leg kick, which has caught Baris a couple of times. So he's found a new strategy in his game plan. But Nezif is showing good technique in not only working to the head, which a lot of fighters get fooled in doing, he also goes to the body.
Oliver Olsen connected with a couple of clean headshots to Baris Nezif. The champ isn't fazed by them, however. That leg kick hurt him. He's backed Baris into the blue corner. Oliver Olsen going to work on the world champion. They're slugging it out. Listen to the crowd explode. It's a sluggathon, a war over in the blue corner. Oliver Olsen and Baris Nezif are going to town. Nezif connects a whipping round kick to the ribs. Clocks him with the right hand. Planted him like a tree with that one. The crowd have gone absolutely crackers here at the Sunshine Macedonian Entertainment Centre. Baris Nezif, the world champ, has him backed into the neutral corner. Carnage here at ringside. The crowd really getting into it. Both these men, neither of them giving an inch. Nezif going to work. Look at the champ go. And there are a couple of tired warriors after that furious exchange, Mark.
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen the crowd. It's been a long time since I've seen the crowd get behind fighters as is happening in this bout.
That's the action. It's war in centering here. Ultimate kickboxing drill.
I've got to say, what's an excellent match fights we have.
But definitely Oliver Olsen starting to find his feet with these rules. And fighters, although they're really hammering away at each other, they're sort of neglecting their leg kicks a little, and maybe they should score a little bit more highly if they start banging in those leg kicks. We have a look at the statistics, and Nezif really taking it up with 30 connecting punches. Olsen 21, although the 21 were all fairly effective. We have a look at the high kicks, and Nezif is keeping up his high work rate, throwing 8 good high kicks in that round.
Well, Oliver Olsen might have had a couple of slow rounds to start with, but he's turned on the pressure over the last couple of rounds. Here we are for the 5th and final round of this action-packed bout. Oliver Olsen against the world champ Baris Nezif, and what a cracker of a round we saw the last one. Best round of the entire show so far. Olsen going downstairs with a leg kick. The crowd went absolutely crackers in the last round. There's Baris trying to line him up with a big straight right. Oliver comes over the top with a right hand of his own and lands it sweetly. Nice 1-2 combination to the head there by Baris. Connects with a thumping left hook. You could hear that one across the ring. Oliver Olsen in a spot of bother. Baris headhunting. He's on a demolition mission. The eye of the Turkish tiger has exploded yet again. Olsen trying to fight his way out of the corner. And Bryce Birtwistle is there to separate both men. The atmosphere in here, you can cut it with a knife, folks. It is electric sitting ringside. And wherever you're watching this fight, brought to you by Ultimate Promotions, you've got to be loving it as much as we are. Nezif just probing away with that left hand. Lines up the big right hand, clubs it into the body. The high right round kick almost took his head off. Nezif thumping away on the flesh of Oliver Olsen. A resounding thud, a sickening thud heard across this auditorium. The capacity crowd loving every moment of it. And we've still got 2 main events to go. Nezif on the warpath. Backs Oliver into the neutral corner. Tries to line up the big right hand. Oliver just plucks him away with the front kick. Here comes Nezif. The right hand to the body, a left to the head.
Well, quite a lot of talking going on in this round between the two fighters. Egging each other on. But Nezif definitely the dominant fighter.
Come on!
Always pushing up, but always firing out. Good strong punches and kicks. You got to say, Baris Nezif is definitely one of the powerhouse of Australian kickboxing.
Bill out, corporate spot. Here's Rice. Paul Vinatelli, Paul Killicross. That's certainly in the can as the fight of the year of 1998 already.
Well, Howard, I've been to every kickboxing show in Melbourne this year, and that was surely the best fight I've seen. Both boys put in a brave effort. It's a shame he's the winner, and it's a shame he's the loser.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 action-packed, titanic rounds of boxing, kickboxing, your winner unanimous points from the red corner, Baris Nezif. Well done. And a big round of applause for a very gallant Oliver Olsen from Western Australia, Mount Worley's own. We'll be talking to Jamal Hassan and Oliver Olsen in just a moment. Baris Nezif, one of our great world champs. Come on, give Baris a warm welcome to centre ring. He's a great champ. Not defending tonight. Baris, he's going to be one hell of a fight in there.
Yeah, he did give me one hell of a fight. He did come in a bit heavy. I had to give up away a few kilos at this fight. I usually fight much lighter. But I took some pretty hard knocks, and I'm surprised what I could absorb. But I done it, and mostly I'd like to thank my trainer for that. He's the one that made me. I'd like to thank my corner. Also, I'd like to thank my wife for looking after me. I'd like to thank Paul for helping us out in a lot of ways. And most of all, I'd like to thank the crowd for supporting kickboxing, supporting us. And you saw what I can do, you saw the sort of action I give. Hope you can support me in 2 weeks' time. Thank you.
Beautiful,